Guys, deluded. Now, obviously, with the conclusion of the World Cup, I mean, that World Cup had it all. It was entertaining, it had drama, it had errors, it had goal scorers, it had everything. It really did have everything. On one hand, you have to give credit to France because it was a fantastic. I mean, they've won it. They dealt with a crap load of expectations. I mean, they had to beat Belgium, they had to beat Uruguay, they had to beat Argentina. If you beat them sort of three sides in any normal World Cup, you deserve to win it. So there's nothing more to be said on that sort of front. But a lot's been made in regards to Harry Kane, or Harry Kane, he's got the golden boot. Now, a lot of people saying he's undeserving, most undeserving golden boot winner and all other sorts of stuff. To which I say this is another case of people speaking in extremes. Yes, when you look past it, it's 6 goals in the competition. It was a couple penalties, and the goals were against lower opposition. And then if we keep it 100, when we played Croatia, when we played Sweden, and what was the other team, Belgium, Harry Kane was nowhere to be seen. He probably should have squared the ball for Sterling or make sure you score, because the best players, Kane being one of them, make the right decisions. He didn't make the right decision on that occasion. But I can't believe what I'm hearing. Yeah, again, I get that. If you wanted Kane to turn up in the latter stages of the competition, that's cool. But to say he's undeserving and all of these things is just utter nonsense to me. Firstly, again, you can critique the level of opposition or the way he scored. The matter of fact is you can only play what's in front of you. It's extreme pressure to take a damn penalty anyways. Even against Colombia, that's it. Colombia, you could say, he was missing. It takes pressure to stand up and take these penalties, to which he's done. You can only score what's in front of you, to which he's done. Before the World Cup, if you were to say an English player or an Englishman is going to be the top goal scorer of the competition with 6 goals, you'd have taken that. He's the first Englishman to win the golden boot in however many times, whenever it last happened. So I'm not going to sit here and critique Kane. I praise Kane. Like, at the end of the day, he's a striker. Strikers score goals. He scored goals. Yes, I'm not saying he shouldn't have. He should have turned up a bit better. Not just him. A lot of players against Colombia and all the other teams in the latter rounds. But at the end of the day, you're a striker going into the competition. You walk away with the top goal scorer boot, regardless of what's happened. What more can you do? You can obviously do more, but what more can you say? If a man's walked away with literally the award for scoring the most goals, being a striker, what more can he do? Yes, conditions and opposition and all these things might have been favourable, but he's walked away with it. He's walked away with it. These are the stuff that I know Kane's probably been a striker his whole life. These are the things as a child you look forward to, you dream of. I mean, come on. You dream of obviously scoring in the World Cup, winning the World Cup, but you dream of winning top goal scorer, scoring the goal at the World Cup, and he's done that. Like, at the end of the day, England walk out of that competition with a lot of positives, and their striker's a top goal scorer. Like, it's again, I think it's a case of speaking in too many extremes, because if I'm Harry Kane and I'm a striker and I've set my goals before the tournament, and I've got the top goal scorer, this is things you dream of, awards, accolades you dream of winning as a kid. Of course he would trade that for the World Cup, but what more can you say? He's got 6 goals. 6 goals. He's a top goal scorer. He adds that to his golden boot in the Premier League and all these other awards he's got and things like that. What more can you say? I know as a striker, again, Kane's probably more honest than we'll all ever be. He probably admits he could have done a bit better in a lot of them games. But at the same time, he's walked away with that from that competition with the golden boot. Like, going into the tournament as a striker, that's what you all want. What more can you do? Again, the only problem I have with Kane's performance throughout the whole World Cup, for me, is just not squaring the ball for Sterling. I would have said it for everybody, because I was watching that game and I remember seeing it live, like, square it. The best players make the right decisions. The hardest thing to do is to play simple football, make the right decisions. Kane's very greedy in that aspect, as you want all your strikers to be. Yeah, you can say it's a great save from the Croatian keeper, but if you take the shot, you have to miss. I mean, you have to score. You can't afford to miss. But I can't, like, undeserving. I'm saying undeserving should be dropped from England. Like, I don't know if it's Spurs agendas, because it's not just Arsenal fans saying it. It's the whole, really and truly the whole country to a degree, based on some idiots on social media is saying it. But I don't know if it's Spurs agendas. I don't know if it's the fact that, let's be honest, Kane is taking like a golden boy. You are hearing all this injury stuff at pre-tournament. I don't know what the agenda is, but I'm not someone who's going to stand for false narratives. And Kane, I can't to be dropped, and all these things from the England squad. It's all nonsense. I mean, it's context. I mean, let's look at the context. Giroud never scored a goal this whole competition. He never scored a goal for France, and he's walking away with the World Cup. So how do you quantify it? It's about application. There's actually games Giroud did all right with hold up play and things like that. Yes, he would have wanted to score. Yes, I'm sure he would have wanted to do better. But at the end of the day, regardless of what you say about his performance, he's clearly played his part. In the same way, again, there's 10 things we could have done better as a nation to get further in the competition. But there's also 10 reasons to be optimistic. And Kane's helped being part of that. So we need to slap that in. Just on the topic of Giroud, when Giroud did score, when it was joint highest top goal scorer at Euro 2016, if I remember rightly, what happened? They lost to Portugal. So it's about context. Again, Colombia, Sweden, Belgium, Kane should have done a bit more, but you need to look at the application, because by the same logic, even when he was playing poor, still putting himself about, still running up and down. At times it does go against Kane, and a lot of players actually wanting to go deep and get involved in stuff, and it is a bit of impatience on his behalf. But I don't agree with it, man. Kane deserves his golden boot. He definitely shouldn't be dropped from England. I mean, he's the best number 9 England have had collectively up front for a minute, to be fair, in the last couple of years. It's Harry Kane, bro. Like, I don't need to explain this. It's Skengman Kane. This guy's got dynamite in both boots. So, and that's why he's walked away with the top goal scorer award. There's not much more to say on that front, man. Guys, deluded. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.